Hello, welcome back. I am finally back with a video. I know I just did a non-sticky builder gel video, I think a couple of videos ago, but I just wanted to kind of show you what I put on my nails after not having anything on them for the week of being sick. So this is a new non-sticky builder gel from Sundara Nails. This one is like got a purpley tinge to it, like an aurora color, I guess you could call it. That's what I would call it. The AB stones. This also looks really different over black. Like you can see in the jar, it's really purpley and you can see it really well. But on my nails with the clear and with the white background, it's really hard to see the purple shifts in it. But I do throw a video in at the end of this of the process of me showing you what it looks like outside, so you can kind of see it a little bit better, but like nothing beats in person. So I am back. I was really sick for about like a week, and I had nothing on my nails except for rubber base. I rocked nubs with rubber base because I was just so sick. I think it was just like the flu. I had caught like a really nasty cold. We went to church and one of the toddlers was sick. So of course one of my kids got sick and then I got sick. So I think it's all passed through the house and I'm finally back. Now I just wanted to show y'all two of the fingers with this non-sticky builder gel. So first I clean out the dual form. I actually use the dual form as a scoop. I found that it works like really well that way. And then I use one of the silicone tools to just kind of like push it into position. Now, like when you're doing non-sticky builder gel, it really does take like patience because you really want to get the builder gel formed into the dual form as best as you can before you put it on your nail, and also definitely before you cure, just because it makes filing way less at the end. And then like you can check in and make sure that you don't miss anything on your sidewalls because that's like really important. So when I was doing this video, I hadn't done my nails in a while, let alone this non-sticky builder gel. This was only my second time doing it. So it did not quite go as planned. Like it just kind of went a little bit wild. I used a different color on my other hand, but I'm not supposed to show you all that color, so I did not record that. I can only show you this one for now, so I put this one in the video. Also, y'all saw me messing around with my index finger for a minute. So I have a problem with my index finger and my ring finger. Well, basically like all of my fingers, they're like crooked in some way or another. So when you're putting your dual forms or your nail tips on, I have learned this, I don't know who from, but I see it everywhere now, so I don't really know who to credit where I saw it first. You want to put your form on to where it's straight with your second knuckle so that it is not curved when you put your hands out. So you don't want to put it in the way that your nail grows. You want to put it in the way that your finger is straight, which is why I try to hold my hands up and wiggle the form around as much as possible, even with my thumb, just to make sure that it's going to be straight, because I don't want any kind of like weird angle. So just that's something I still haven't perfected it, but that's just something to keep in mind if you're having a really hard time with your nails being straight or with them being crooked. Like I always have a crooked nail when I'm doing my nail tips. I cannot avoid it. So I'm trying my best to get them as straight as possible with my crooked fingers. But anyway, you want to make sure that when you're putting your form on that there is builder gel on all sides. Now this next part I left in for you, and I hope you get a laugh. some people just have like the perfect pop-offs, and I'm just not one of those people. That every time I do the pop-off, any kind of dual form method with anything, that's always how it works for me. So if that happens to you, you're not alone. All right, so I just used some isopropyl alcohol and I wiped off the tacky layers so that we can get to filing. Now, they look a little janky right now, but y'all, they come together in the end. So, also, you want to try to use the lines on the dual form to kind of like gauge the length that you're going to want the tips, or you're going to want your extensions. I did not do that this time. I clearly wasn't paying attention, but I wanted them kind of shorter because I did not really want them too long fresh out of being sick. I just wanted them to be kind of short. So I'm just going to take these tip clippers, and please make sure, see I had them faced the wrong way, please make sure that you have the razor part that's going to clip them like away from your finger, because if you're wanting super short nails and you get up on your fingertip with that clipper, there is a high chance that you will slice the tip of your finger off. Maybe not with these cheap Temu ones that broke after doing this hand, but just in general, it is just always safe to have like the blade away from you. It is proper use to have it that way. So I'm going to clip them down to semi the same length, and then I'm going to clean up the cuticle line, which I leave in here because I did receive a new e-file from MelodySusie right when I got sick. They sent me one of their new releases, which is this pen cordless e-file. Now, I didn't open it or anything before this because I was, like I said, I was really sick. But this is their new e-file. It goes up to 30,000 RPMs. It comes with some nail bits, drill bits. It comes with the instruction manual. I thought it was really pretty. It's gold and white. Now, it doesn't twist. Now, I don't necessarily like that fact. I like my e-file to twist so that I can know that the drill bit is locked in there, because y'all, my grip strength is not what it used to be, and I cannot for the life of me, I cannot pull the bit out sometimes. So I like when it twist locks, not when it like doesn't lock. It's just a me thing. Maybe you're okay with that, but it's just not my favorite thing. But the e-file does work really, really well. And it comes with these bits. It comes with all the bits that you need. It comes with the mini mandrel, which is like my favorite bit. If you've been around, you know I love that bit. It also comes with the cone bit. It comes with your ball bit. It comes with a ceramic bit, ceramic safety bit. So, I mean, it's really all what you want to use when you're doing them. So, for me, I love the sanding band. I need to venture out into other bits, but like I'm such a creature of habit, and I really love that bit. So right now, I tried to show you that it goes all the way up to 30,000 RPMs. I think that you can see it on the screen. I think it shows it and it flashes it pretty well. It goes up to 30,000, which is, it's pretty quick. I mean, it's not 35 like most, but 30,000 for a little pen cordless. This is like about as big as like I say it's smaller than an expo marker, that like one of those thick dry erase markers. So it was really comfortable in my hand. It fit really nice. Instead of busting out my dust collector this time, I just grabbed a puppy pee mat, which I use as like collector of my dust, or when I'm doing dip powder nails, I'll use it to like catch the fallout so that I don't get it all over my silicone mat. But that's just what I have under there because I just didn't feel like grabbing my dust collector. But I only have this e-file on 3,000 RPMs, and it is doing some work. I had a lot of fallout from the dual forms, and yeah, that just had a lot of fallout. I did not do my best job this time, unfortunately, and I got a lot on my skin, and you'll see at the end I end up actually cutting myself a couple of times, but I mean, sometimes it happens. Like, I'm not the best. I'm not licensed or anything. I just do my best every time, and sometimes you cut yourself. Especially after you have been sick and you were still kind of not feeling it when recording this video. And yeah, sometimes things just happen, but I just cuticle oil and Neosporin and lotion my hands up for a few days before I do anything else to them. I just leave them alone, and then they're all healed. It only took about 3 days for them to heal up really nice, and then I put some color on them. But the non-sticky builder gel is also really pretty. So that's another reason why I like this stuff. That's also why I like to do the rubber base on top of my tips, or I like to have a colored tip, like Apres makes them, and so does Nailz Kat Kat. They make the nude color or neutral colored tips, because if I don't have time to do them, or if I have a pop off or something, they're still pretty to look at. I don't like clear tips because sometimes I just don't get around to doing the tip application or building my nail and then putting a color on. Sometimes it just doesn't work for me. So this is super pretty to look at. I did leave it plain for like 4 days because I just left it alone. So now I'm going in with my 100-180 grit file. This is like a moon-shaped file, I guess you'd call it. This file's from Madkin Beauty. I really like the files. It's pretty much your standard 100-180 grit. It just has a name on it. I like to use the 180 grit side. The 100 grit is just like a little too much for me, so I use the 180 grit side, and I just go around the cuticle line, I go around the top, and I just kind of like buff the shine off, file it into like a good shape, make sure my sidewalls are good, make sure they're as tight as I want them, make sure they're as straight as I want them. And then I was checking out the underside of the nail because for me, I'm still learning how to like get that perfect flat semi C curve, like crescent moon underneath when I'm doing the dual forms. So I do have to go in with the E-file bit. I use the cone bit. Sometimes I use the mini mandrel just to get underneath the nail. I've used a lot of different bits. I'm still trying to figure out which one I like the most for under the nail when I'm doing something like this. Just to get that perfect shape. Like, I don't like my nails to look bulky. I don't like them to look, I like them to be flat. I like them to have some kind of a curve underneath them. So I've just been trying to work with different bits to like perfect that. But I just want to sharpen up my shape, make sure everything looks good, everything's shaped the way I want, all my nails are the same length. And then I'm going to get into this bit. I liked using this bit. I still put it on about 4,000 RPMs, but then I realized it wasn't doing exactly what I had wanted, so I was like, you know what, let's move it up a little bit. So I moved it up to about 10,000 RPMs, and I was able to like get the curve and get underneath as flush as I had wanted, like as flat, smooth, like as I had wanted it to be. I'm totally off screen when doing this. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I have a new setup that I've been using, I say that like I wasn't sick, that I've been trying out since I was sick, just kind of like positioning my phone and stuff like that. But this is my first actual video recording on my new setup, and I wasn't used to where my phone was, so I kept kind of like going off screen a little bit. But we get it together. I promise I get it together. I've been playing around with it a little bit, and yeah, the future videos will be a lot better. But I really just wanted to kind of start out with this video just to give you a little bit more about like what I was doing with the set, and it'd be a nice first video back. I did put the gel peel base underneath my tips, and I've got them on now for I'd say probably about a good 9 days now, and they're still holding on strong. I don't really have a lot of grow out. I don't really have any issues with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you when I get to about, I think not my next video, but the one after that, I'll show you how I remove them really easily. They're on really well. They're strong. They're sturdy. I have no problems. The shape is nice. They look beautiful outside. But that's really just the main part of what I do when I do the non-sticky builder gel extensions. Now, I've had a lot of people message me and say that they loved my last video, and this was just not really a super in-depth video on that part. It was just more about like the filing and stuff like that. But now I'm just going to throw some top coat on top of the extensions. I'm going to put some top coat underneath just to keep them really nice and clean looking underneath. And then that's really it for the tips and stuff. I don't really do anything else to them other than like a little bit of like upkeep as I as they grow out and as I put color on them. But the color that I put on them, I didn't use any peel base or anything. So I'm just going to show you in my next video where I do my nails how I take them off. And then I'm going to show you my whole process from removal to reapplication. So I'm going to just show you just the thumb because I thought it was so pretty. But then I'm going to show you the outside video I took of it. And you'll see where I cut my fingers a little bit. But it's okay. We'll be okay. And it only looked really rough for about a day and a half, and then it started to look better. So thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. My next video is going to be a press-on set that I'm making for a friend of mine. I'm going to be showing off some new Liquid Layers products. So if you are interested, stay tuned. I will have that video up for you next. And then I have some fun surprises for you this week. I have a cat eye video. I have a marbling video. Just stay tuned because I've got all that coming this week for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate all of you guys for being here and hanging out with me. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that you consider subscribing if you are not already. And have a lovely rest of your day, night, weekend, and I will catch y'all in the next video.